The host has made the meeting room listen only. Enjoy your meeting. Just a reminder, today's meeting is being recorded.
Awesome. Perfect. Looks like we are good to go. Well, again, welcome to our live webinar. I know we've got people dialed in literally from all over the world, mainly over North America here as well as Canada, and we got Puerto Rico here on the line, it looks like, and a few people dialed in from Australia came on here shortly. So welcome to our live webinar. My name is Jesse McPherson. I make my home down in Southern California with my wife, Patricia, and we were fortunate enough to have the opportunity to get introduced to the company I'm going to share with you here today about 30 months ago, about 2.5 years ago. And just a little information about me, so I'm not so much a stranger and who's sharing this information with you. Wanted to give you a little more on my background before I share with you a little bit about Seacret. And I moved to Los Angeles when I was actually 17 to pursue a performing arts career. I was teaching hip-hop dance classes, and it was a huge passion of mine that I even still love today. But I found out you have to teach a lot of dance classes to pay rent out in Southern California. So I was looking for a way to make some extra income. And I didn't know exactly what to do. I was going to school full-time. I was teaching pretty full-time. I was running a couple dance companies and auditioning and performing. So that extra 20 hours a week for another part-time job just didn't seem really feasible, and didn't want to stop the other things I was doing. So I felt a little stuck, not sure what to do. And I was very fortunate at the age of 19 to be introduced to the concept of passive and residual income. And it really captured my attention because when I came out to an event in Southern California, had a chance to meet some people that had produced a great deal of wealth in their life. And what I mean by wealth is not rich. Typically the people I meet, rich people have money, but wealthy people have money and time. And that was something that seemed appealing to me. So having an opportunity to meet these people, they taught me some principles in my early 20s that allowed me to really set myself up for some pretty cool financial freedom. By my early 20s, I was already earning a six-figure income from home, and I had an opportunity to travel the world and have a lot of fun. And I don't say this to boast or brag. I was nobody special. I taught dance classes. I just got a hold of some information. And that's really what I found out, working smart versus just working hard. Now, I believe you have to work hard no matter what you do. There's no free meal ticket in life, but I'd rather work smart and hard than just work hard. So when I got this information, I got pretty excited about it. And about 2.5 years ago, my wife and I were kind of looking for what are we going to do next and looking for our next step in life. And as a result of that, I got a phone call from my brother-in-law in Chicago and said, hey, I'm taking a look at this company, Seacret. Have you ever heard of it? I said no. He said, would you be interested? And I was like, no. And it was interesting because at that time, I had actually known of Seacret, but I hadn't made the connection yet. In fact, when he told me it was a skincare company, I was like, dude, why are you calling me about makeup? This doesn't make any sense. You want to talk to Patricia, my wife? And he was like, no, you kind of check it out. And anyway, for the next 40 minutes, I talked to him on the phone about why he was stupid, it was stupid, everything about it was stupid, and you definitely shouldn't get involved. And I got home that night and said, hey, babe, so, your sister and her husband are getting involved in this stupid thing, Seacret, and, oh, man, we got to help them out and kind of save them. And it was interesting because my wife was like, Seacret, and she goes to her dresser, and she pulls out one of the Seacret products. And it was funny because I was like, wait a minute, did you already join? Or I kind of had one of those moments. But then I realized, no, she'd had it for a while. She actually bought it at one of our local malls. And that's how most people around the world actually are already familiar with our brand and our products. If you ever been walking through the mall, it's usually some beautiful Israeli man or woman that's like, my friend, come, right? So, yeah, some of you guys are like, oh, yeah, they got me too. They're like ninjas. If you make eye contact, it's over. You're buying something. And some of them are super aggressive. And what was interesting was I never bought anything because I avoid them at all costs. Like I pretend like I'm talking on my phone. I'm like, no. Or, you time it right when they're talking to someone else. You're like, no. But I had no idea these little carts were such a big operation. And my wife was a raving fan of the product. She really loved the product. So it's interesting because I just told my brother-in-law, my family, hey, it's like, it's stupid. Nobody's going to do that. And I already have the products in my house. And it was kind of like the curiosity killed the cat. I was like, all right, let's see what these guys are doing. And we had a chance to go to Phoenix to meet the founders and meet the company owners and hear about not the company that they had created, but more importantly, this transition that they were about to take. And they were taking this immense retail business, and I had no idea these little carts were really actually such a big operation. And so what they talked about was this transition from retail into direct sales. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys here today. And the person that called you and frantically said, you got to come check this out, was because they wanted you to get this information first. And obviously, out of all the people that they called, you're the one that was here. So I appreciate your time. I'll be as brief as I can, but as thorough as I can, so that way you can understand what it is that our company is doing and how you can participate and benefit. And one of the things I learned a long time ago is that the key to success is pretty simple. Find out where everyone else is going and get there first. I mean, you don't have to be that brilliant. Like, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm in the shed, you know, so I could at least figure some things out. And it wasn't rocket science for me when I heard the story of what this company was doing. So today I'm going to do my best to share with you what was shared with me 2.5 years ago that got my wife really excited about partnering with this company in this transition. And it's been amazing what's happened. We were able to replace our income. It took me 9 years to build in my previous business in my first 90 days here with Seacret. And we were blessed in our first 7 months to earn $100,000 from home. And first year, the company paid us a little over $250,000. Second year, over $500,000, and it's been growing, and it hasn't been that bad. So we've been very blessed, and I wish I could take credit for that like it was something that I did. Of course, I worked hard, but I followed the program that the company taught me. But more importantly, we just happened to catch this unique scenario of timing. It's like, you know, you get into Apple stock early, it's not, you know, how brilliant you are, even if you didn't understand it, just because you were there first. So what we want to do is share with this information. So I'm going to dive in here. So if you're ready, say I'm ready. I'm just kidding. I can't hear any of you, but thank you for your participation. But real quick, just to share with you a little bit about the industry of skincare for those of you that are like me, that were unfamiliar with it. You know, global skincare revenue is very big, and people ask me, like, what's Seacret's target market? And my answer is always people with skin, you know, which is most folks. Like, how many of you know someone with a face? Most everybody, right? I live in L.A. People have two. They need double our product. But what's interesting is this marketplace has been growing very, 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 very quickly in this category. And some of you guys are like, well, I'm not a skincare person, or I'm a dude, or whatever it is. You know, I don't even use really skincare products. Well, everybody uses some skincare products. Like, how many use soap? That's a skincare product. Shampoo. That's a skincare product, right? So whether it's a little bit of product or a lot of product is really irrelevant. But whether or not you're a fan of skincare or not doesn't negate the opportunity. And what I mean by that is, I didn't know anything about skincare a few years ago, but when I saw the size and the scope of it, I got pretty interested. I got pretty fascinated. And I figured, you know what, maybe this is something worth learning about, because I love what Warren Buffett says, one of the wealthiest investors on the planet, very conservative. And he says, what you love to do should be your passion, should be your hobby. What everyone else loves to do should be your business. And that made a lot of sense to me, because it wasn't so much what I was interested in, is what's the marketplace interested in. And one of the things that's happening in the skincare industry as a whole right now, globally, is this huge movement in the anti-aging market. I'm going to talk a little bit about why it's moving very, very, very quickly. And as primarily because of this group called the baby boomers. If you have a date of birth from 1946 to 1965, anywhere in the world, you're classified as a baby boomer. And what's amazing is in 2011, the first of the boomers started turning 65 years old. Now, what's crazy is 10,000 baby boomers turn 65 every day, and will do so actually for the next 17 years now, because this is from 2013 information. But what's amazing about that is 10,000 a day, 10,000 a day. Well, here's what's nuts about the boomers. They control 70% of the wealth in our country. They have most of the money. Not only that, most of the money in savings is theirs. Most of the brand loyalty is from them. And here's the thing I know about boomers. My mom being a boomer, I'm a child of a boomer. I can promise you on my mom's birthday, when she wakes up, she's not looking in the mirror being like, man, if I could just get one more wrinkle, that would be great. You know, just one more this year, please. But it's not even about wrinkles. It's about taking care of your skin, because skincare is pretty simple to really understand. Healthcare is taking care of your health. Skincare is taking care of your skin. 50 years ago, people thought your teeth just fell out. Bam! You know, and they found out if you take care of them, you get to keep them. It's probably not a bad idea. And some people spend more money taking care of their clothing, like dry cleaning and things, than they do their skin, the clothes you wear your whole life. And you can get all the suits you want. You get one birthday suit, so might want to take care of it. We've all seen somebody that looks older than they really are, or younger than they really are, and most of the time we're judging that based on their skin and eventually their demeanor, of course. But this particular group of people, 70 million boomers, just in the United States. not including Canada, not including Australia, not including all the places around the world. And if you follow them over the course of their lives, the boomers, and at least from an economic perspective, and this isn't a class on economics, I'm not qualified to teach it, but this one little bit that you understand is pretty simple to grasp. If our economy is like a garden hose, the baby boomers are like a basketball trying to go through it. So there's just so many of them in a condensed period of time. And those that effectively marketed their products and services to this group of people as they grew up did very well. So there's just so many, supply and demand, right? In the 50s, companies like Hasbro, Gerber, Huggies, Pampers, pretty good companies, Tyco, to get in business. Why? Because there were so many kids, so they wanted to play with things, eat things, and put it somewhere after. Now, I'm not fired up about diapers, but I'm sure getting involved in Huggies and Pampers in the early 60s would have been a good idea. Why? Because of timing. Really, that's it. And in the 60s, the fast food empires exploded because, they didn't want to eat baby food anymore. And then the 70s, the American car revolution, couldn't keep cars on the lot because they started turning in their teens and wanted to drive. And in the 80s, the biggest real estate boom in the history of the world up until this point. And, what's interesting is I'm an 82 kid. I was born in 1982, and my parents bought their first home right around that time. So some of you guys are probably nodding your head because, I didn't make this stuff up. I'm just sharing it with you. And the thing I learned a long time ago is knowledge is power. So when I started learning this, it empowered me to be able to set myself up for a big win financially and kind of get the money game out of the way, which has been a blessing for my family. In the 90s, it was all home improvement. Everyone had their home. So, you took a look at Lowe's growth in 1991. It was insane. Why? Because everyone had their home and they just want to make it better. And then 2000s, retirement planning, all those different things started popping up. Now, it's healthcare is a big thing. Why? Because 65 is coming, retirement, all these different things. And, if you watch commercials today, most of the commercials you watch are, like take this pill to fix this thing. And, they're hilarious. The side effects just literally, I lose it every time. Like I saw one the other day. It was like, this pill, treats depression, side effects, depression. I'm like, how does that make any sense, right? But real quick here, guys, what I want to do is share with you a little bit about who is Seacret. So we are a global retail powerhouse. The company was actually started in 2005 by a family that actually had been marketing their product in the kiosk environment since late 1999. They were the ones that actually started the industry in the kiosks with families and friends. They didn't start with Dead Sea products, skincare products. They actually started with toys. I don't know if you guys remember those helicopters where you pull the string and they fly around. Yeah, they were the ones that brought those to the U.S., and they did very well with their family, starting from very, very humble beginnings, and took a few $1,000s of their parents' money and had an opportunity to start this and exploded with their success. And as a result of that, they wanted to bring something unique to the shopping environment. So being from Israel, they started importing products from the Dead Sea. Now, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but since 2005, they've expanded into hundreds of retail locations in over 40 countries all over the world. We've sold actually now over $1 billion worth of retail products in these 40 countries since 2005. I know it says $800 million a year. We have 32 exclusive products, and I apologize, our animation on our PowerPoint isn't working, so it's covering a couple things here. But what is it? Cutting-edge patented products manufactured by the best. We have the leading manufacturer in the world of actually skincare and cosmetics worldwide. But outside of that, what we're doing is a full transition from our retail business into relationship marketing, referral marketing, or direct sales. Now, why is that? Well, retail over the last few years has been going where? Down. And then you take a look at direct marketing, it's been going where? Up. It would have been hard for me to predict 10 years ago that Blockbuster would be gone. And what took it out? Direct. You take a look at the bookstores, Barnes & Noble, gone. A lot of the big retailer chains are struggling. Why? Because people are buying things online. Where 10 years ago, people said, I'd never put a credit card in online. Now, you have your credit card stored in 100 different companies. In fact, if they don't save it, you're like, man, you're like, I got to find my wallet. So it's interesting because, times have changed in this technology era, especially with social media. People just aren't listening to advertising anymore. And it's hard to reach a customer. And how do you guys, have an opportunity to reach a customer that wants to know more about your product line if they're not watching the commercials, they're not reading the print anymore? Most people are inundated with advertising. They just block that stuff out. They don't even pay attention. But here's what we know. People will trust recommendation from a friend or family. Hey, I saw this movie. I thought it was great. Check it out. For sure, I'll go. I don't know if I'm supposed to advertise them. I'll give you an idea. Like Fast and Furious 6. I remember when Fast and Furious 6 came out. I was like, 6 for real? Like, how many? I took it serious. I was like, it looks terrible. They spent tens of millions of dollars promoting this film. And I was like, there's no way. I'm not going. It's stupid. It looks stupid. And there's no way. It's going to be terrible. And then one of my friends went and saw it. He came back, and he was like, dude, I saw Fast and Furious 6. It was amazing. So what did I do? I went, and I was entertained. I thought it was good. But what's interesting about it, whether I liked it or not, what sold me? My friend saying it was good. And that was really it. And so what we've done is we've actually taken our products out of the kiosks and reduced the price drastically because we don't have the same overhead, so that way people can get our products, our world-class products, for bigger discounts. We can also show you how you can get them for free, and we can show you how to capitalize by going out there and referring it to people that were already buying it in the first place. So just to give you a little information on what's going on here with Seacret, our products are all derived from the Dead Sea. Now, when I first heard that, I knew of the Dead Sea, but not much about it. And one of them, I think, was always like, why is it called the Dead Sea? Like, how many people had to die there before it got that name? And it's actually called the Dead Sea. It's the lowest point on Earth. And so what happens is the minerals that are collected there, one of the main ones is very salty, 34% salt. So you can't sink in it. You actually literally float. I had a chance to go in July for my wife and I anniversary. It was fantastic. But it's interesting because the water's so salty that nothing can live in or around it. That's why they call it the Dead Sea. So, but what they've done is they've taken these minerals, the salt, the mud, and the water from the Dead Sea. This has been there for well over 5,000 years. It's been documented as a place of rejuvenation and healing for people, and millions of people have traveled to the Dead Sea for the therapeutic benefits that were once unknown, almost mystical, thousands of years ago, to now the documented science behind why it does that. What they found is 26 minerals in the Dead Sea, 12 of which they haven't found anywhere else in the world up until this point. And one of the reasons why people see great results with some of the challenges that people have with their skin, like psoriasis or eczema or rosacea, acne, of course, being an issue that people deal with, even respiratory issues that people deal with, they go to the Dead Sea. It's been a place of healing and rejuvenation for thousands of years. King Herod built the world's first spa on the shores of the Dead Sea. Cleopatra would travel from Egypt on camels 50 days to go to the Dead Sea, and she wrote about it as her source of youth and beauty. And Cleopatra was known for being hot, right? So they say. But what they've done is they've taken these minerals and they put them inside a world-class skincare line, basically combining the best of nature and science to produce incredible results. Really, we call it turbo cosmetics, something that produces results on the spot. Within seconds or minutes, you can see something, but also get long-lasting results from continuous use. But the thing I love is instant gratification. We live in an instant gratification society. Everybody wants everything now, right? So what's amazing about what Seacret has been able to develop is showing people a result immediately. So when people try our products, they actually get an experience and a result before we even ask them if they're interested in purchasing, like many of you have seen in the mall. Some of you guys have seen the nail buffer where the buff nail makes it really shiny. Some of you guys have tried some of our salt scrubs and some of our other world-class products. But what I want to do is share with you just a few pictures of some of my friends and people that I work with or people I share our products with that have had some great results with it. So this is a heel. This is my friend Cindy, and got some great results with our product. This is actually our foot cream. So if you got funky feet, I was a dancer. You're sweating all day. You're funky feet. It's just how it works. Now, actually, she wasn't excited as her husband. Her husband was really excited because that way he could play footsies and not get cut up anymore. So he was pretty pumped. But this is actually 1 week of using our salt scrub that comes straight from Israel, which is exciting. All our products are manufactured in Israel. We don't test on animals. No parabens in our product line, which is exciting. So, but some great results in just 1 week. And this is actually a woman who used our salt scrub and our body butter, our moisturizer, that has all these minerals from the Dead Sea that are just incredibly healing properties. So, because you can buy a moisturizer anywhere, but a lot of them are filled with mineral oils and synthetic oils that actually clog your pores and don't actually provide a lot of, moisture. So you can see here on the hand different products and services. This one right here, you can see his leg, open sores even on his leg, which is, obviously not probably the prettiest thing. But, if that was you or a family member or a friend that that had that issue and you were able to help them with it, or maybe you, in 6 days, something you struggled with for 15 years, and just using our products, getting some amazing results. You can see down here, I think I can actually draw it. Ooh, check that out. So can you guys see that little green line I just drew? Is that possible? Put in the chat box, give me a yes or something. Does that work? I don't know. Maybe I can only see it. I don't know. This is new technology. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Amanda. So take a look at this. This is day 1 down here on the bottom right. This is day 3. This is day 5. And this is day 7. So from day 1 to day 7 of using one of our products, which is our mud soap. our soaps are like our miracle soap. It basically takes the mud from the Dead Sea, because when you see pictures of people at the Dead Sea, two things you see is people floating because it's buoyant, but also mud covered from head to toe. So we've taken the silt from the Dead Sea, very concentrated, and it's incredible for some of the skin challenges that we experience, as well as acne. So we're going to give you a chance to show you some of these. But, I mean, guys, I could go on and on for days. This is my friend Jesse, started using the product. It was good to see him here this weekend. You know, he's used different products before and got, you know, results short-term, but after a while, the effects of the products that he was using started to wear off, and got some amazing results with our product line. So there's a lot of people I know that struggle out there because, you know, we talk about the baby boomers and the age-defying industry, but it's not just that. I mean, guys, I don't know a teenager that's waking up today saying, man, I can't wait, you know, to get into high school, and if I could just get a little more acne, this would be way better, right? No one's praying for a skin challenge, of course. So, and we have a couple of the products that are amazing that are actually designed for different reasons. And the women use the products how they're designed to use, and then play around with all our products because it's like a new toy we've never had. And we're like, what does this do? So we found out some of our products that are designed to pull the dead skin off of your face will also brighten up tattoos, which is interesting. So got a lot of people that use them for tattoo shops and things like that that are not selling them. But let me go back here real quick. This is our what we call our green line, really our top shelf line, our age-defying line, which has our peptide technology, which helps stimulate the reproduction of collagen. So after 30, you stop producing it naturally on your own. So, you know, you start getting kind of the circles, the bags, you know, different things that most people aren't fired up about getting, okay? Hang on, I'll get to that at the end, Louis, but thank you so much for asking that question. But real quick here, 20 minutes, take a look at this. Right? We only did one eye with what we call our eye serum and our eye cream. They're kind of BFFs and provide incredible amount of moisture, as well as nutrients for your skin. And take a look here. Like, look at the difference between these two eyes. And here's what's crazy. This wasn't 2 months or 2 weeks. This is 20 minutes. So, you know, you think he was fired up? Of course, right? There's another picture I took. Got a chance to share this products with one of my friends, and obviously she saw some great results. So she was very, very, very excited about that. But this is 2 months after using our age-defying product line. So super excited. And then we have our magnetic products, which are insane. If you haven't had a chance to see them or experience them, people just having crazy results. Look at the half on this one. She was pretty fired up. But then we have a proprietary product called Recover. This one's super exciting because what it does is it's specifically to target fine lines and wrinkles within 15 minutes to create a dramatic result that lasts. And what it does is uses nanotechnology. Now, there's some great videos that we can show you that give you more details and specifics on how this technology works. It's incredible how it works, but take a look at this 15 minutes later. Now, I studied Photoshop in college, so I knew you could alter anything. I know those girls in Maxims, they don't look like that, right? So when I started seeing these, I was like, oh, there's no way, man. I'm calling BS on this, right? On the neck, 15 minutes later, there's no way. So, but this is the one that made me a believer because this is my mom. And she's 53 in this picture. Got a chance to come out to check out our product line. And 15 minutes later, put on both these pictures with my iPhone. So after this, I got pretty fired up about what these products could do for people and, in the marketplace. Okay? And so, but outside of that, got 15 minutes later, guys, there's so many. Look at this. This one's insane, right? So 15 minutes later, I can go on and on and on and on. So what I want to tell you guys is there's really 3 ways to participate with Seacret. One is you can just buy our products retail like normal and support your friend or that referred you to this webinar. So check it out. Number 2, you can become a preferred customer and save over 50%. I love discounts. I know some people actually spend money to get discounts like Costco and different places. But you also earn free products. Things I like more than discounts is free. It's free. It's for me. I want to show you how you can get our products free for life simply for referring a few people. And then number 3 is become an agent. Now, you want to do real estate, you're considered a real estate agent. What's great is that if you partner with Seacret, you're called a Secret agent, and it's pretty sexy. The branding on it's very fun, on kind of old 007 play, which is cute. But I always wanted to be a secret agent, and as a kid, I was always playing in the mud. So now I get to play with mud and be a secret agent, and pay us $1 million to do it. So kind of fun. But $49 to register as a wholesale agent, independent distributor with our company. And we have different sets of packages, small, medium, and large, kind of like tall, grande, venti packages where you can get different incentives and discounts depending on what your goals are or what you're looking to accomplish with our company. But just to give you a little idea, number 1, sorry guys, I got a warning message from the technology. Just want to make sure we're good. Number 1 is retail. So support your friend, buy some products. try a couple of them, experience them. At a minimum, whether you're ready to get started today or not, what I would recommend is make sure you get back to the person that put you on this webinar and tell them, listen, I need to get into one of these parties you have where I can check out all this stuff. But number one, just try our soap. We're kind of fanatics about our soap because it works so well. And some of you guys have seen my Big Fat Greek Wedding where kind of cure-all was to put Windex on everything, right? It's kind of been our cure-all for people who have skin challenges. The number two thing is to become a preferred customer. And to do this, it's simple. You can receive 50% off our product line simply for spending $50 or more on our product, which is awesome. So no setup fees, 30-day money-back guarantee. Use the whole product, send it back empty. If you're not fully satisfied, we'll refund your money. We're that confident in our product line. But outside of that, you're going to receive unlimited free products simply by referring 4 or more people. And how many of you guys know 4 people with skin? You know, that's I was lucky that most of my friends had skin too. So I found out when they tried our products, they got pretty fired up. And what was awesome is that when 4 people started purchasing our products as a customer, we started getting products for free. And that was really nice. So I like free stuff, and I hope you guys do too. But number 3 is becoming an agent. And this is really why I believe the person invited you on this webinar. I apologize it took me so long to get here. Most companies go into opportunity, and I kind of usually sell the sizzle instead of the steak. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to give an opportunity to share with you the backbone of our company, the industry of skincare, for those of you guys that were like me, know nothing about it, and why would I even be interested in being involved in an industry that I don't know anything about, and mainly for, timing and opportunity. But outside of that, I wanted to, before we talked about the scale of it, I wanted you to understand the backbone of our company, which is our product line. Amazing, and it delivers. It works. So, it's hard to deny something that works. But you guys know, obviously, the economy's been interesting since 2008. Employment's been pretty high. And the average American's trying to live on less than $40,000 a year. And in Southern California, you need a roommate. But only 50% of people graduating from college even today are able to find work, not in their career field, but anything. And so, things have been challenging out there for a lot of folks. And so I don't know if you had parents like me, but I was told go to school, get good grades, go out and get a good job. If that's not working, get a better job. And if that's not working, get a second job. And if that's not working, go back to school, find a different education so you can get a different job. And nothing wrong with jobs. I've been accused of being a job hater. I'm not. I think it's a good place to start. It's not a good place to finish usually. And the reason why is, 20, 30, 40 years ago, there was a lot more job security, and it was a little bit safer in that scenario where you could work for a company for 40 years and retire, get the gold watch and the pension, and live out your golden years. But I think you and I both know that pay doesn't exist anymore. We're not in the industrial age anymore where things stayed the same for a long period of time. We're in the information age where things are changing immediately. And if people don't actually, kind of wake up and understand this, a lot of them are getting smoked. And I know a lot of you maybe on this line here have had, financial hardship over the last few years. And not because you did anything wrong. You did everything you were told to do. And you still wound up, struggling financially, even though you worked really hard. So, working hard can't be it. So I started looking at this information, got pretty excited about understanding this is, household median income going down. People still continuing to work has been going up after 60. This graph is pretty cool, and so you realize it's food stamps. These are amount of families in America receiving food stamps from 26 million in 2006 to last year, almost 50 million families. So obviously something's not working. And this is one of the lessons that I learned was from this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. And some of you guys might be familiar with this. Robert Kiyosaki, the guy on the left, talks about a thing called the cash flow quadrant in this book, and also in another book called Cash Flow Quadrant that he has. But if you haven't read the book, I would highly suggest picking it up, whether you do business with us or not. And the reason why is, he holds the Guinness Book of World Record on the New York Times bestseller list over 5 years in a row at number 1. It's a weekly list. He never missed a week for 200-something weeks in a row. I would maybe pick it up. And, I apologize for the animation. It doesn't pop up here on this new software. But anyway, if you can imagine on the top left quadrant, an E, which stands for employee, meaning you have a job, you work, which is fantastic, better than not working. Then on the bottom left, there's an S, if you want to kind of jot that in there. Oh, guess what? I can actually write. Look at that, okay? So as E stands for employee, S on the bottom stands for self-employed, maybe small business. And the challenge with the left side of the column is it's hard to get ahead when the only way you make money is if you clock in or you show up. Like for me, I've never been employed, but I was self-employed. I taught dance classes. If I taught, I got paid. If I didn't teach, I didn't get paid, And so what it meant is if I didn't get my asset out of bed and go teach, I didn't make any money. So it's hard to go on vacation when you're your only asset because it just went with you, right? So but I saw people, I started meeting people that were in these other quadrants over here, like business owners, and down here on the bottom right called investors. And, businesses that kind of have a system that works for you, more passive income. And, being in business, can be risky. Because I don't want to be in business. I want to play it safe. I think, the biggest risk in life is not taking risks at all. I think it's challenging to really get ahead if you're not willing to do anything different than what you've been doing. And if you want the same results, continue doing the same things. But if you want things to change, don't expect to do the same things and expect things to change. That's the definition of insanity. So, but an investor, this is amazing. You don't go to work. Your money goes to work for you. You just send your money out there, and it comes back with more friends, and you're like, do it again, right? That's a pretty cool place to be. But you need a lot of cash flow in order to stay in that quadrant. So how do you get from the left side to the right side for those of you guys that are on the left side? And I know a lot of you on the line, I'm sure, are probably already on that right side, so this is making sense to you. But this was information to me that no one taught me in school. So what we put together here with Seacret is a 90-day plan, 90-day game plan, really to get you on track if you're off track, or to be able to at least add some extra into your household on top of what you're doing, not to take away from what you're doing. Our program is perfect for the busy person and the spare time person. It's actually designed for it. Why? Because we know most people are strapped, So how can you can't just give up what you're doing for nothing, or maybe if it works. So our program was designed for people to fit around their busy schedules a few hours a week, simply by referring products that you would probably talk about anyway if you like them. Same way you refer a good movie or a good restaurant. I'm sure you guys have all referred a good movie. Did you have to quit your job to do that? No. Did you get nervous? No. Did you explain the whole movie? I hope not. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal, right? I remember when I went and saw the 300 Rise of an Empire, I was pretty pumped up about it. I thought it was great, entertaining, very visual. And, people say, oh, it was great. I didn't explain the whole movie to them. I didn't reenact it. That would have taken me like 30 years in the gym to be like, oh, it's just sports. That wasn't going to happen. So what we did is we created a 90-day plan. And our first goal is to help you become what we call a superstar. Superstar, right? But what happens is this is actually going to help you earn some great rewards, up to $500 and different things. And what's amazing is this weekend, we actually just had a convention where we completely revamped our entire programs and made it simpler, faster, and paying out more money to people just like you getting started. And so, guys, there are so many people that have done incredibly well with our company I'll get a chance to share with you in a couple minutes about. But people that have been able to accomplish all these things without what we launched this weekend. And just so you guys know, at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific in 22 minutes, I'm going to be doing a recap for all of our agents out there across the world on all the exciting announcements that were launched this weekend. So for those of you guys that have the time and want to stick around and learn about everything that was launched this weekend, all the things that we've added to our company just this weekend for you to be able to take advantage of now, I would definitely love to have you be a part of that if you want to stay around. But also helps you earn free products. Our second goal is to help you become, in our company, what we call it bronze. This is going to give you some great rank bonuses and things like that and become a Royale. But what I want to do is share with you, our bonuses go from $15 over to $1 million bonuses, which is it's pretty aggressive. Now, is everyone going to go get $1 million? No, most people aren't willing to work that hard. But, even at our first ranks, we literally have hundreds and hundreds of people that have gone out there and hit these positions for $500 a month, $1,000 a month. So simply by going out there and sharing with people these products, just referring them to our product line, when they become customers and go out there and refer more customers, they can go ahead and be a part of your network. Now, I learned a long time ago that rich people build networks while everyone else looks for work. And what does that mean, basically? Leveraging your time. How many people are contributing to your income right now? Is it 1, 2, 5, 10? I don't know. But what's amazing is that 99% of my income does not come from my own efforts today. So if I stop doing what I'm doing, my income doesn't stop. And it's not because I'm special. It's not because I'm better than anybody. It's just because I learned how to develop passive residual income. And I love that concept of doing something once and getting paid forever. How many of you guys would like to get paid in 2020 for the work you did in 2015? Wouldn't that be amazing if you walked into work tomorrow because you've been working there the last 5 years and said, listen, you've been a great employee. You've been working so hard for us. Thank you so much for all your service. We're going to pay you your annual salary, but you don't have to come in again. I would have been like, sweet, peace, That would have been awesome, but that just doesn't really work. So, and it's not employment, right? So it doesn't work at a job. So for me, I knew I needed to find something that I could build for myself just because I like working with people, just not for them. Like it just, I don't know, it doesn't work. I'm like kind of unemployable. I could probably get hired. I just don't think I could keep it because I don't like being told what to do. And I'd be like, come in tomorrow at 8. And I'd be like, no. And that'd be probably about it. But, here we have literally thousands of people earning anywhere from $600 to $6,000 a month. And
All guests have been muted.
so what's incredible about it is some of the stories that have happened here this weekend. Now, just real quick, I don't know if there's a way that I can increase my video here. Again, this is a new software that we're using today, so hope you guys enjoy it. But what I want to do here real quickly is grab my sheet. That book right there. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Kim. Appreciate it. So we just came out of our convention where we had a chance to meet with all the top people inside of our company that are doing some amazing things. And these are just people from our last convention. You can see all these names of people that have gotten promoted to these ranks literally all over the world. You know, single moms, parents, teachers, dance instructors, engineers, business owners that have been able to do some pretty incredible things. And what I want to do is just kind of share with you some of the people. This is our good friends Ben and Lauren Bradshaw that are here this weekend, about to have their first kid, which is exciting. Full-time stay-at-home parents, mortgage industry. She was working for the Navy. And then you have Dana and Craig Holliday here. You can see here real quick. Went in, it's amazing what they've been able to accomplish, and I'll give you a chance to meet. There's one of my good friends, Josh and Cindy Denny. Josh is actually an individual who used to work in a machine shop out there in Riverside, California, sweeping floors for $9 an hour. And last year, the company paid him and his wife a little over $1 million from home, which, you know, it's a lot. And I know that's sometimes hard to believe. But, you know, what if 10% of that, you know, was something you could accomplish? It's still $100,000, you know, a year, which isn't too bad. Dennis and Fran came from the Philippines out here from Canada, started sharing people our information. John and Tiffany Malat, there's another friend of mine, was a janitor at General Electric. Actually, they're in the room right next door to me. Just left my conversation with Tiffany. She used to make jam for the Spuckers Jam Factory in Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. And now her and her husband enjoy $1 million income from home with our company. Done some incredible things. Phoebe Lou owns a skincare clinic down in Los Angeles. And basically what he's done his whole life. And got started and is making more part-time on the side, referring people to our secret product. And he has his full-time business in skincare, partially because his overhead is so huge, right? So we got Chris and Mello. My friend Nicole Wong used to be a personal trainer out in Hawaii. He's making over $250,000 a year. My friend Derek and Jatindu from Canada. Derek grew up as an ASL interpreter for his deaf parents and started doing that and getting hired. Josh, this is my boy Josh Wow. He's an amazing guy. Used to be undercover narcotics officer and a Muay Thai kickbox fighter, a little bit of MMA, and got started with our company. And him and his wife Heather ended up making over $100,000 in their first 7 months. And here's us. Let's see. That's my wife and I, Patricia. We've been able to do incredibly well with Seacret just by sharing people's products. Jim and Silver, guys, I can go on and on. I won't keep you guys any longer here. What I want you guys to understand is that there's people from every walk of life, every background. And the one more I want to share with you guys is this one right here. This is Zach and Zuri Cheney from San Diego. You saw one of his pictures with the acne that he had really bad challenges. And he got so fired up about the results that he went out there and just started showing our products to everybody. And when I met him, when he was introduced to Seacret, him and his wife were actually fostering 2 kids from their family that unfortunately had to have somebody come pick them up. And imagine being in your early 20s and having to take in 2 kids. That's challenging to do for any family, but have it kind of thrust upon you and, did it because he's a servant and he's a really good guy. And, I started giving back. And, so here he is on, welfare, with EBT cards, trying to take care of these 2 kids. And, she had to quit going to school to try to support these kids. And it's amazing they got started. And in their first, year, they've been here about a year and a half or so. Last year, they made $130,000 from home, part-time. It's crazy. So what did Zuri do? She went back to school. And what did Zach do? He decided to go full-time into ministry, which is one of the things he always wanted to learn about. So being able to do that part-time, which is exciting. And we have a blueprint really set up for your success. And we're going to be going through all these promotions and announcements here in about 15 minutes. So I've taken longer than I should have here tonight to share this information with you guys. But we have a system for success. So we literally show you kind of like ABC, 1, 2, 3, just kind of follow the bouncing ball. If you follow the program, you get great results. Kind of like a recipe, like baking a cake. If you follow the recipe and you do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and mix ingredients, boom, you get a cake. Even if you've never done it before, just follow the program. So our secret system, most people work on about 5, 10 hours a week on their own schedule. And how we do that is we have parties where you can just invite people over to try our products. We have a VIP event, Seacret University. We also have webinars like this where you can introduce people. So some of you guys might be thinking, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know if this is for me, or I'm not good at sales, or I'm shy. And that's fantastic. You can do incredibly well. I know a lot of people like you. People say, well, how is that possible? I was like, well, don't think about doing what I'm doing right now. Think about doing what the person that invited you is doing right now. Yeah, what are they doing? I don't know either. I mean, they might not even be on here. They could be making a sandwich. They could be sleeping. They could be in school, in class, taking care of their kids. Who knows? And they've got somebody else, a system, a support structure that can share the information. So all you got to be is the middleman, the middlewoman, and say, hey, check this out. Now, for me, I loved it because it's like Trader Joe's or Costco. I love the samples. When you go there, they give you the samples. And, if you like it, what do? You buy it. Now, if you don't like it, what do? You don't buy it. Now, the people there, do they feel like salespeople? No, because they're giving away samples. If you like it, buy it. If you don't. And that's what I loved about Seacret was I could just let people experience our product so they could see it for themselves. If they like it, they can buy it. And if they don't have to. But now, instead of paying full retail at the mall, where they've already sold $1 billion of products worldwide in 40 countries, manufactured by the biggest manufacturer in the world, basically saying you can get the same products for 50% free, and the company will pay you to go out there and refer it to people. Not bad. Personal goals. One of the things I like talking to people about a lot is, where do you want to be in 5 years? And are you happy with where you are? I'm sure some of you are ecstatic with where you are, and some of you guys might want some changes, maybe small changes, and some of you guys might be looking for some big changes. But you guys do realize that this is like May, like the first third of 2014 is gone. That's crazy, right? Doesn't it feel like New Year's just yesterday? Like, buy your Halloween costume now. It's coming soon. And time passes so fast, and 5 years is going to go by, bam, like that. Question is, where are you going to be? And, if you love what you do, fantastic. This could be extra. And maybe it can support some of the things that you haven't been able to accomplish. But if you're looking for a change, or you're looking for something more, we have an incredible system to help you accomplish it. And this weekend, we just revamped our entire program. We actually just kind of, I wouldn't even call it like 2.0 upgrade. We literally just, put rocket fuel in this thing, and we were already growing at an incredible rate globally. But now, I think it's going to be crazy. Seacret right now is a secret to most people around the world, but it's not going to be for long. And that's really where timing comes in, and why you got invited on this webinar was to see this information. So what we're going to do is help people set their goals and, go out there and track their business. And in order to get started with it, it's very simple. $49 to be a wholesale agent. And then we've got some different packages and products that you can purchase. And we have a small, medium, and large, a basic set, which gives you $380 worth of retail products for $150. Our premium set, which gives you $1,300 worth of products for $550. So you can go out there and demonstrate our product so people can check it out. And what's amazing is that this one set can literally be demoed on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people where they can see it and go, yeah, I want that. Or, hey, how do I get that? And holidays are obviously great for us, primarily because people buy a lot of products. And we've got world-class presents for people that they love. So this last Black Friday, our company did a big sale, and my wife and I made almost $20,000 in 24 hours on Black Friday, more than I used to make an entire year just in dance classes, 10-plus classes a week, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, right?
All guests have been muted.
So, lastly, is our special agent pack, $1,450. You get over almost $4,000 worth of product. Our entire green line, 2 of our patented Recover, our magnetic, our entire skincare line was amazing. It also gives you some major compensation incentives where you can get paid 50% more money right now. So for those of you guys that are looking to make as much as possible, as fast as possible, you understand timing, you understand positioning. I want to make sure, we get you set up with this package. So, but just in closing this out, because in 10 minutes, I'm going to be going through a training, more importantly, more announcements, I would say, than training, for everything that happened this weekend in Salt Lake City. We had thousands of people flying from all over the world, from our community, from the United States, from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, from Canada, and the countries that we are operational and doing business in right now. We have people flying in from Germany, from Russia that I had an opportunity to meet here today, which is exciting. We have people flying in from Australia, which is exciting, and a big group of people flying in from South Korea, where we're doing a lot of business out of right now. And so this weekend, thousands of people came together for a weekend we called our Breakthrough event. And what it was specifically designed to do was give people the tools and all the new things that our company's put into place to help people accomplish their goals faster. And I'm going to be going over that here in about 10 minutes. For those of you guys that want to stay around from it, we've got great products and promotions for people, which are awesome. Different holidays and Mother's Day and Father's Day, of course, great gifts. So people love our products. So the thing I would recommend is, as we've been here today, is if you see an opportunity for yourself, get back to the person that put you on this webinar. Call them right now. Say, hey, I listened to that crazy white dude in that room in Salt Lake City, Utah. Is he really that weird? And they'll confirm probably. But what I want to do is make sure you get all your questions answered. So, when you give them a call, if you have some questions, get them answered by the person that invited you to this webinar. Now, they may be new and may not know all the information, which is fantastic. So what they'll do is they'll connect you with one of the people in our company that can answer your questions, fill in the blank for you, and find out whether or not Seacret can be a great fit for you as an opportunity, or if not, just be a customer, try our products, and get them for free by referring some folks. At a minimum, here's what I would suggest. Okay? If it's not for you or you haven't got enough information, do your due diligence. Learn more about us. Find out more information, okay? So one of the things is I learned, a wise man is willing to, learn or educate themselves about what a fool takes for granted. And ignorance is not bliss. Ignorance is poverty. Ignorance is racism. Ignorance is intolerance. So, knowledge is power. So, get the information so you can find out whether or not this is for you. I can promise you, looking at this right now, in a few years from now, as our company is expanding incredibly quickly and Seacret becomes more of a household name from a business concept, it's interesting because a lot of people are going to keep kicking themselves because they're like, man, I looked at that and, what's today? May 4th, 5th? I don't even know. So sorry, I got all these text messages just came in, so I can't even check. So look at this, 4th, 5th. So I think it's the 4th. Yeah. So just to let you know, live, I told you this was live. So May 4th, right? 2014, I looked at this company, Seacret, when they were only doing, $10 million a month in business from their direct sales organization in only a couple of countries. And now they're in 40 countries. They're doing how much, right? That's kind of crazy, man. I wish I would have, man. If I would have just wouldn't procrastinated, maybe I could be in a different place right now. And I can promise you, and, not to throw you guys off, but I know this might sound strange, but I'm from the future. No, I'm just kidding. But here's what I can tell you, is that future will likely not change unless you do something different. And my recommendation would be to get started and position yourself with our company, with the growth, with what's going on, because, I heard an expression a long time ago, when the tide comes in, all boats rise with the tide. Here's the thing, though. You got to have a boat in the water. So as this tide is coming in and people are learning more about our company, you have an opportunity to participate in some incredible growth over the next handful of years from a timing perspective to be able to earn enough income for you to go out there and do the things that you love. What do I love? I love to dance. So on Wednesday, what am I doing? I'm leaving for Australia for a tour. I'm touring around the entire country of Australia, teaching classes, doing what I love to do. What was amazing is that I don't have to worry about the money I make from my passion because I have enough money from my business passively to support myself and my bills and my family and be able to tithe more than I used to make in a year. And so I don't say this in pressure, just let you know, nobody's special. You're just fortunate enough to get this information and be here, one of the first people. And that's why the person invited you on this webinar. So again, I thank you for your time. I know it's been a long and you got a lot of information. So get back to the person that put you on this, and if you were like me, I was like, dude, I'm in. This makes sense. Let's rock and roll. What do we got to do? How do I start? And what they'll do is they'll set you up with a plan to get you launched quickly with all the new tools that were launched this weekend. So I have to end this webinar. So what's going to happen is I'm going to kick everybody off so we can start the recording for our training that we're going to start here in about 7 minutes. So if you do have any quick questions, I'll take a couple quick questions. If anybody has a quick question, you can go ahead and type it in the chat box there if I need to fill in any blanks here for the next few minutes. If you're one of our agents logging on here, we're just finishing up our webinar, so kind of stay put here, and we'll get started in just a couple minutes. If anybody has any questions, I'd love to fill those in for you guys, and I can't wait to get an opportunity to meet you personally and be able to teach you what it is that's allowed us to live an incredible quality of life because it's an amazing company. So looks like might be good to go. Oh, a couple questions here. All you got to do, 5 minutes, is log back on. So we're going to do it here in about 6 minutes. I don't even know if you need to log off or log back on. You can stick around if you'd like to. If you're ready to get started, just go ahead and call the person that put you on this webinar, so that way you can get started. Or if you want to, get your questions answered more specifically, talk to them about it. You can just stick around. So, pretty simple stuff. Anybody else have any questions? So we've got a few people typing, so once again, new technology, so I appreciate it. For those of you guys watching the recording, hopefully you enjoyed, and get back to the person that sent this link to you, so that way you can get all your questions answered and get started, and I want to welcome you to our Seacret community and look forward to working with you.